Look at how Paul starts. Men of Athens, I perceive that in every way you are very religious. That's the start of Paul's sermon. Introduction. He begins in a way that it's actually quite surprising. He doesn't start by rebuking them or immediately tearing down their beliefs. Instead, he observes, hey, I perceive, I see. He reads the room. He looks at their city and their practices and their devotion, and he draws some conclusions. He looks and he says, you know what? Athens is not spiritually empty. It's actually spiritually crowded. There's temples and statues and shrines and altars everywhere. Their whole lives are saturated with devotion. And so Paul says, in effect, you know what? I see that. I see what's going on here. And that's important because the problem was not a lack of spirituality. It's actually something a lot more subtle and quite more dangerous. They're devoted, but they do not know God. So verse 23, he says, for as I passed along, I observed the objects of your worship. I found also an altar with this inscription, to the unknown God. Now just pause there. An altar, whole shrine built, to the unknown God. You know, I can just imagine Paul standing there, reading those words and realizing this single altar captures the condition of the whole city. This is it. For all of their learning, for all of their devotion, there's actually a quiet admission right at the center of it all. We don't know. We don't know. It's not irreligion. It's not even secularism. It's uncertainty wrapped up in religious language. It's almost superstition. They sense that there's something more, but they just can't grab hold of it. And so Paul grabs onto this moment. He says, what therefore you worship as unknown, I proclaim to you. He's not coming to introduce a foreign God. He makes known to them a God that they've missed, because when Paul looks at the culture, he doesn't say, you don't have interest in God or spiritual things. He says, you have interest without knowledge. He says, you've got a lot of devotion, but without truth. So revealing, isn't it, about this altar that they had built in ancient Athens to the unknown God? Because if you first look at it, it allows for a little bit of humility to the unknown God. Basically, it's like saying we don't know everything. But it also allows for distance. You know why? Because an unknown God cannot confront you and cannot command you. He cannot overturn your life. He remains very safely undefined.